So I thought I'd just show where I am. So this is Littleton Harbour, Banks Peninsula, New Zealand, and tide's coming in, so rather interesting weather. You can see some blue sky there, and I just show the tidal current pushing in there. And so that's the headland of Littleton Harbour, and you may or may not see a trail going over the top of that hill. Now that's where I was going to go, however the trail up to it is closed because of a lot of rain, and the tracks become too muddy to walk on, so I'm not going to do it. This morning's walk has just been 5 kilometres, and there'll be another 5 kilometres back to the car, so just a day walk. But I thought I'd come out and have a look. So the temperature currently I think is about 4 degrees. Radio said 1, but the car's saying a little bit warmer, and it feels a little bit warmer. On the way here, so I've just walked around this headland, over the top of that end and round, and it's been hailing much of the way, so we've got snow down to 200 metres, and so I've had a few snow flurries, but mostly just tiny hail rather than rain, and sits on the back of the pack for about 10 minutes after it lands on you and then melts, so nothing too bad. Testing out the waterproofs. Just show you where I am. So there's a little rock pass here, but yeah, testing out the waterproofs. So the Fjallraven jacket seems to be doing its job. I'm wearing my backpack top underneath that, and that seems to a few damp patches around zips, but not too much. It's supposed to be water resistant anyway. And then I've got 3 layers, a couple of montane layers and a merino base layer on underneath, so I'm fairly warm. And I've been wearing my outdoor research gloves. They get wet when it rains, but they dry out really quickly, so I just wanted to sort of like show that's where I've sort of like come through, and a little bit of the area. And there's a beach, but there's private houses around here as well. People live here, but this is a public access beach, as most beaches in the country are, if you can actually get through the private land to get to them. So this is the beach, but here is some of the native, or not native, plants in some cases. So we're the second week in August now, so the daffodils have come through and started flowering, and so have a lot of the other plants, so that's where I'm just gonna take this around. So you can see like there's a lot of succulents and things, so these get a beating obviously from the sun, and they face due north, so on a 30-degree day these things will be really taking some punishment. So I guess that's why they're thriving, but I found them kind of interesting. So as you can see, it's daffodil weather, and so there's some more around, and then good old. So There's a little bit of a cavey thing over there. So a bit of history of the area. This is an old extinct volcano. I think there's two cones, one over in Nakaroa, the other side of the hill that I'm working on, and I think the cone's further down, the actual cap, but very, very old, and the hills are all rounded and worn out, so you can see how old they are. That's Godley Head over there. Back in the old WW2 there was a gun platform and some tunnels. There's a good walkway around there you can go and explore. Used to do a bit of fishing over there as well. And Christchurch City's just over the other side. What I'm going to do now is set my jet boil up and have a cup of coffee and some sandwiches and a bit of a relax, and then wend my way back to the car. I was hoping to probably get up into the snow, but I don't think that's going to happen. Now, just see if this works in the dark here. So I'm in the shade because the rain comes in blindingly fast, but looks like the sun's come out, so I might spend an hour here and just have a good relax if I can find a dry sitting place. But I've got my full pack on. I think I've done a review of this at some stage, and my sticks, and I've got the rain cover on. So in it I have more than I need. I'm carrying about 15 kg worth of stuff. So I've got a water bladder in the back with about 2.5 litres, 2 litres worth of water. That's my drinking water. And then I've got another plastic water bottle with about 1.5 litres of water in it, and that's for cooking. And that's just basically, you know, my cup of coffee and whatever. But I've also got a dehydrated meal, some sandwiches and munchies, and it's just in case I got stuck and I needed to spend the night out. So in my bottom I've got the bivvy and my small tarp, and inside I've got a puffer jacket, a sleeping bag, thermal mat, and something else I can't remember, and that's about it. So the thing is, all of those things take up space, so hence the bigger bag than I normally take. Right, let's get on with getting something to eat. Well, I'm not sure if you can hear this too well because there's a howling gale blowing, but I'm on my way back to the car. So this is the view that I get of the harbour. So that's Littleton Port across there, and then you can see a little island in the foreground, and then another little headland. So that headland, the bay there just in front of it, is where I'm going back to, so it's not too far to go. That's Diamond Harbour, and then you can see in the distance there a little bit of snow on the hills. So, and then this is where I've come from. So this is Mount Evans, this to the side of it, and it's, you can see the snow's just come down. That's about the 200 metre mark. So so that's where I was gonna try and get to. It's just coming up to high tide now, and you can see, sorry about the glare on the water, but that's it. So this is where I'm walking back, and you can see where the snow is, and then as you go round you can see the afternoon sun where I've come from. And basically my car is just at the end of this valley. This is Pura Bay. In the summer it's a bit of a swimming and boating place. So this is it. So it's 3:15 in the afternoon, so it's dark at about 6:30 now. Still a bit of sky, and the tide's on its way out, so a lot of mud coming into the bay, but as you can see the water is quite calm, and there's a few birds around diving for fish, so must be some fish around still.